The visor is clearer than a brand new window, baby. We are back. We are cruising. No car meets right now. Hairs in mouth though. Is it gone? I got it. That's very important to me. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to your usual programming. Today, we're going to be talking about how I bought my first motorcycle. This Ninja 500. Ned himself. Ned, say hello. Alrighty, Ned. That's enough out of you. Anyway, today we're going to be talking a little bit about how I got my first motorcycle, how I convinced my parents, and yeah, how things are going with it, how I feel about the Ninja 500, and you know, a bunch of stuff like that. This gate never opens for me, by the way, and it makes me angry.
Whoa, calm down, Jamal. Don't pull out the 9.
Let me in. Let me in. Way. Ned, I need to make more of a character. Ned needs to speak more. Ned needs to be the reason in my head. He needs to be the sense of reason that I so clearly lack. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about how I got my first motorcycle, Ned the Ninja 500. Now, I got my first motorcycle in October of 2024. It is a Ninja 500. A Ninja 500 2024 SE Edition. SE Edition has these little frame sliders right here. That's, you know, if I drop the bike, which I have done once, just once, it will protect the frame, which it has done very well, except there's a little tiny scratch on the mirror. And on the stock exhaust, there was a, there was one, or quite a few actually, scratches. I don't know how so many scratches got. Actually, yes I do. So what happened was, I didn't know that my foot wasn't on the footrest. My shoe was constantly on top of that exhaust. I was literally using the exhaust, because the Ninja 500's exhaust is huge. Alright, it's massive. So the back of my shoe was consistently resting on the exhaust. And I had thought that it was the peg. So when I tried to use my rear brake, it never worked because I was pushing on the rear peg. I wasn't pushing on the brake. And for the first month of riding, I had no idea about it until someone pointed it out, and they were like, why do you rest your foot on your exhaust? Is it not burning through your shoes? And how do you not notice? And I said, I'm not putting my foot on the exhaust. I looked down, yo! Don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now? Sleep tomorrow, but tonight go crazy. All you gotta do is just appetite, meet me at the appetite. Hello. Tell me that was not the best that you've ever heard. And look at the golf cart. Hello. Back to the story. I managed to convince my parents to let me get a motorcycle. No, I didn't. That's a lie. I didn't. I had ended up going to a dealership on my own after trying like a year of trying to convince my parents, let me get a motorcycle, I'm gonna be safe. And they were not about it. They were both police officers. They know about how many motorcyclists, you know, end up kicking the bucket and stuff like that. And it's an unfortunate it's an unfortunate situation because you are vulnerable on a motorcycle. It is a very vulnerable thing. You are going to crash at some point if you ride long enough, you actually ride your bikes, you're gonna crash. It's what's gonna happen. And I ride my bike a lot, and as you guys can see if you look at my channel, I have one short in particular where I very nearly crashed into someone for my own fault. So, you know, you have to pay attention on the bikes. And it's not only you, right? You think it's just you. It's never just you. There's so many bad drivers on the road. It is a disaster. But it's okay. Either way, 700 subscribers in 2.5 weeks. I cannot thank every one of you enough. Whoever has liked the video, commented, shared a video, subscribed. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I appreciate it more than you will ever know. Honestly, seeing Nice Channel grow, I have wanted to be a content creator for so long. And I'm not a content creator yet. I'm not getting paid for this. I would love to get paid for this. Do not get me wrong. Getting paid for this would be the dream. But as of right now, not getting paid for it. But I'm steadily moving up. And that is, to me, is the most important thing as of right now. Just grind content. Work on it. And I think I can get there if you just put in that work. There are days I don't want to edit, but I edit anyway because I know I gotta pump out a short so that I can keep growing. Because that's really what I want to do. That's mine, yeah. And then there's something I can feel. Don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now? Don't let go of the throttle like that. It's a bad idea. Cows! Moo! 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 So I never convinced my parents to let me get a motorcycle. They told me if I got a motorcycle, they were going to kick me out of the house. And they were very close. I went to a dealership one day. I bought a motorcycle. I got a loan. I'm still planning on paying this off. Trust me, everyone, save up for your motorcycle. Do not get a loan. It is the worst idea. It seems like a good idea at the time. Oh, only 120 bucks a month. Do not let it fool you, okay? Because you will end up, if you just have that loan and you know you're not going to have anything else to pay for, then feel free. But there is a very small amount of you that are going to have just a loan to pay. Because when you get a motorcycle, you're typically at that age where you're going to move out soon. You're going to go to college. You're going to want this. You're going to want that. You probably have car payments. You have to pay for your own gas. Some of you might have to pay rent. You have to focus on the bigger picture as opposed to just a motorcycle. I tunnel vision on a motorcycle, ended up getting one. Don't get me wrong, I love this motorcycle. I got really lucky with how this worked out. I went to the dealership, bought a motorcycle, brought it home. My parents fuming. I have British parents. They're both police officers. They see a lot of motorcycle deaths. They have seen a lot of motorcycle deaths. They don't want me to die. I understand that. And it's not a just me decision, because this decision affects everyone. If I end up dying on a motorcycle, everyone in my life that has even ever known me gets affected, just because I am now a gone man. I am now a dead man. And that's not worth it. It's not worth putting them through that. But anyway, my parents, my dad really wanted to kick me out. He was ready to completely kick me out. I'm on my own. My mom, on the other hand, she was like, you're not getting kicked out. And I had the opinion that if I got kicked out, that was the dumbest decision that someone can make, that a parent can make. In my mind, that's the dumbest decision. Now, in a parent's decision, maybe not so much. It's like a forcing way to like get you to sell the motorcycle, I guess. But forcing your kid to sell a motorcycle on his own, he's gonna get scammed. Especially if he's young and he doesn't really know what he's doing, like me. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. But I think it's more of, if you kick me out and I refuse to sell the motorcycle, then I'm just gonna get robbed or like mugged. Like, I'm homeless, right? I can't afford a place on my own. I have a job. I can't afford it on my own. I need support. As much as I want to be independent. And because of that, they have the control of what I do. But my mom was like, you're not getting sent out because you're gonna die. And I was like, you're right. So then she managed to convince my dad that if there are some restrictions on what I can and cannot do on the motorcycle, then it's okay. Which is fair enough. Playground! No, but yeah, so there was some agreements on what I can and cannot do on my motorcycle. there were some restrictions, what I had to do, if I had to wear gear and stuff like that. And as you guys know, I don't always wear gear. When I go to work, I don't wear gear. I live 2 minutes down the road from where I work. And yes, I have a job, you awful people. I see the comments. I have a job. But yeah, I have a motorcycle now. It all worked out in the end. My dad still hates it, but it's a work in progress. Get your parents' permission before you get it. Don't do what I did. Don't just get a motorcycle and bring it home. It might work for your parents, it might not. You might have to sell it the next day, but you never know. It's better to just wait till you move out, in my opinion. I think it's just it makes it easier. As much as I want one and was hell-bent on getting it, it's best to not make your dad want to shoot you with a 12 gauge. Alrighty, everyone, ladies and gents, we're going to be talking about this at a playground because I'm a child. So, while editing, I realized that I am an idiot because I didn't actually talk about the Ninja 500 and how it is as a bike. I mentioned it like once, but I didn't really talk about it much, which is kind of silly on my part. And I don't know why I didn't, because that was kind of the whole point of the video. I got too distracted too easily, and yeah, that was my bad. Look at this little place. This is sick. But yeah, look at that cobweb. No spiders around this part. Anyway, but yeah. Oh, you know what? Take a seat right here. Whee! No, but I didn't make the greatest decision. I was literally just sitting there editing my video, realizing I didn't actually talk about the Ninja 500, that beautiful thing down there. But that's gonna change now. All right. So, the Ninja 500. The Ninja 500 is an incredible beginner bike. I mentioned it earlier in the video. I have the Ninja 500 SE edition. I'm tired. That took a lot out of me. I have the Ninja 500 SE edition. SE edition comes with a few things that the regular edition doesn't come with. Nothing major, but it's just a few things nonetheless. So the Ninja 500 SE comes with a few things that the Ninja 500 on its own, the base model, doesn't have. I have the Ninja 500 SE, as I mentioned earlier in the video. The Ninja 500 has a few things, but it's not a lot. It has a few extra things. It was like an extra $1,000. Was it worth it? In my opinion, not really. But I'll leave it up to you to decide. First thing it comes with is a little USB charger here. That is pretty much the biggest reason why I wanted it, because I just wanted to charge my phone. I thought it was cool. Probably not worth $1,000 for that little USB port there that I have to again grab a cord, loop around underneath this. It's not the best decision, but it gets the job done. It charges when I need to. I need to start bringing the charger more because I always forget, so that's not fun. The second and probably the most major thing about the Ninja 500 is these little things right here. These things are called frame sliders, right? If you were to drop the bike, like I did once, like I mentioned earlier, only once, these protect the bike. You can't really tell, but there's a little scratch right here that I ended up dropping the bike at my gate. It was an accident. I was going around the front, I was doing a U-turn, hit the front brake when I was turning, went down. Nothing major. A few scratches, literally that's the damage. There was some damage on this frame slider that you can see here. A little bit of damage there, but nothing crazy. This is what they're here for, all right? This is what it's made for. It's made to take a hit. And the exhaust, the old one that I had, actually also had a little bit of damage. This needs a bath. Oh my god, Ned, I'm so sorry. But I got a new one, obviously. It's replaced. Never dropped it since then. And it looks really, really good. Maybe a little bit dirty. Ned needs a shower, but it is what it is. But the Ninja 500 is a great beginner bike. I can't say it enough. I'm so happy I started on the Ninja 500 as opposed to any other beginner bike, such as an R3, CBR 400, anything you can really think of. Ninja 400 even. Ninja 500 was made after the Ninja 400. It's kind of the new remodeled Ninja 400. In my opinion, it looks a little better. It looks a little meaner. From this angle, Ned looks funny because, you know, he looks goofy. But that's how most Ninja 400 and 500 actually look. If I straighten out the thing, I think he looks pretty good, right? Straighten it out. Ninja 400, Ninja 500 looks so much better. But yeah, I think this is probably the best beginner bike that you could start on. Personally, this and an R3. An R3, no problem with an R3. I've ridden an R3. I've ridden a CBR 400. I think this is better than both of them. And it's not because I'm biased. Maybe I'm a little biased. But the R3, all these bikes, CBR 400s, Ninja 500, Ninja 400, they all don't have a lot of power. But the R3 stands out to me specifically because it really doesn't have a lot of power. I was in first gear and I was struggling. I was just going around a parking lot. It wasn't my bike, obviously, it was someone else's bike, but so I was going kind of easy on it, but it was really struggling to keep up. And it felt so slow as a bike that, to be honest, I was bored with. After riding this, I was really bored with the R3 very, very quickly. I was really let down and kind of disappointed at how slow it actually is compared to this bike. This bike's top speed is faster than the R3 and the CBR 400. I could be wrong about the CBR 400, but you're going to have to correct me in the comments. But, you know, it's worse. Is this damaged? No, it's not. I will say, this feels better. It's faster. It's got more torque than the R3. Not by much. You know, this beginner bike is not going to have a lot of torque, but it does feel nice when riding it. It feels good. It feels, you know, you feel like you're going fast enough to where it's not a letdown, but not a bummer. And that's the best thing, in my opinion, is I'm not going to get bored of it. Like, I want a faster bike, of course, because I want to go faster, but I'm not bored of the bike yet. I'm learning wheelies on this thing, and this thing is great. It's fantastic with wheelies. I actually accidentally did a wheelie. That's how I learned. It was a complete accident, but I learned nonetheless. But yeah, but this thing is great. Ninja 400, Ninja 500, great bikes. My opinion, get the Ninja 500. It's newer. You're gonna have way less problems with it. You can get it from a dealership. For a beginner bike, for a beginner bike, you're probably going to want to get a used one. It's going to have damage on it. I did what I probably shouldn't do, and I decided, fuck it, I'm just going to get one from the dealership. And I decided I was going to get one from the dealership. It cost me a little bit more money. Actually, it cost me like $3,000 more. The base model for Ninja 500 SE, the base price, the retail price, was $6,100 for a beginner bike. That's a lot. But on top of that, $3,000 more for dealer fees and taxes. Now, maybe I'm an idiot, but that's a lot. In my opinion, that's tons. That is tons of money extra, just because I got it from a dealership. I could have bought one of these on Facebook Marketplace for probably like $6,000 less. I probably could find one of these for like $5,000. Maybe not with the frame sliders, but I think I probably could have found one for $5,000. Even maybe with the frame sliders, but I decided to get it from a dealership so I have warranty, and anything goes wrong, I can bring it to it. I'm ultimately not too mad about the decision, but, you know, I just wanted consideration of what you can find, what you can't find, and all that. But yeah, the segment's getting a little long now, so I'm going to have to call it quits here. But anyway, so my conclusion is the Ninja 400, Ninja 500, great beginner bikes. They're fantastic. I highly recommend them over an R3. And CBR 400, I only rode it for like 10 seconds. But as far as I can tell, this is the best beginner bike in my opinion. And I think that it's a great starter bike to begin with, and definitely have it in your consideration when you sit on bikes and, you know, feel them out and see like how you feel about it. Don't get me wrong, R3 and CBR 400, great bikes, great beginner bikes. Every bike's pretty much great. But this one stands out to me as the best in my opinion. And yeah, I honestly cannot believe I forgot to talk about it. But here we are. And yeah, that's my opinion. Have a good one, guys. Holy shit. How slow can we go? my balls. See, I went high and I went a little too high for my own comfortability. I don't know.